Oh my god, he's dead. $52 that I get to spend on books with the money chip. Beach. No! There's no sickness here. She's pregnant. Pregnancy's not an illness. Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Ivy, also known as the Geek Goddess, here on YouTube, and today we are once again playing Book Plinko. It is the best month of the year. It is October. It is time for spooky reads and spooky things. October is literally my favorite month of the year, okay? Because October is always jam-packed with a whole bunch of spooky stuff that we're doing. We're going to horror nights. We're going to New Orleans to go ghost hunting. And then it's my fiance's birthday. And we're also going to the Queen Mary. There's just a lot of things that we're doing. So I'm so excited for this month and the spooky reads because I am going full throttle with spooky season right now. So let's go ahead and get started with Book Plinko. So if you guys do not know how it works, the first thing that I do is I basically wrap up everything that I read very quickly in the last month. And then from there, if I read everything in my TBR from last month, then I give myself a prize card. But if I didn't, then I have to take a punishment card, and I'm going to roll a D4 that's going to tell me how many punishments I have to take, or prize cards I take. And then after that, I'm gonna roll a D6 to determine how many Plinko Drops we are going to do. And then last but certainly not least, depending on how many books we read, we draw money chips to see how much money we get to spend during this next month on books. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so going over really quickly over all my books that I read back in September. So the books that were on my Plinko TBR were, number 1 was Nestlings by Nat Cassidy, and I am so happy to say that yes, I did read this one. Next was Mary, also by Nat Cassidy, and this one I also did read. Next was When the Wolf Comes Home, again, by Nat Cassidy. It was Nat Cassidy month, and that one I am also happy to say that I read and gave 5 stars to. Then I read We Live Here Now, which was a book that I DNF'd earlier on this year. I finished it. It was not great, but I did finish it anyway. And then next was The Silence by Tim LeBon. This was based off of, or A Quiet Place, the movie was based off of this book, and I am happy to say that I also read this one. Next was The September House by Carissa Orlando, and this one I also read and gave 5 stars to. Next was One Dark Window, and I am so happy to say that I also read this one. And then the last 2 were The Shadow of the Gods and With a Vengeance. And although I did not fully finish them, I am more than halfway through, so I am still giving myself points for that, which means that we finished our TBR last month, and I finally, for the first time, get to grab a prize card, or prize cards, depending on what we land on. But since this is my first time actually achieving this, if I roll a 1, I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna give myself a re-roll because, well, it's my first time, okay? So I make the rules. So let's roll this baby. Also, please pay no mind to my nails. I know that they are not done. I was halfway with finishing them, and I'm not done, okay? They're gonna look better eventually, I promise. That's a 1. Okay, so that doesn't count. Oh my god. Okay, 4. I'll take that one. I'll take the 4. Okay, so 4. We're gonna take 4 prize cards, but before we do that, we're gonna draw our money chips to see how much money we get to spend on books this month. And I hope it's a lot because I do plan on going to some stores in New Orleans, some local bookstores, and grabbing a few books and making like a little vlog on that. So during the month of October, I finished a total of 7 books. And so I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chips, 7 money chips. And let's see how much we can spend. Also, so you know, I lost my other money chips. So the 500 and the 100s. The 500 means $5 and the 100s mean $1. Okay, just pretend they're like .00. So $5, $10, $11, 21, 31, 41, 51, $52 that I get to spend on books. There we go, $52 that I get to spend on books with the money chips. So I'm gonna put that aside so that I remember. The moment that we've all been waiting for, at least I have anyways, because I didn't think I was ever gonna be able to draw a prize card with how bad my luck's been going. But it looks like I finally get to draw 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 prize cards. So here I'm gonna grab this one, 1, 2, 3, oh, there's something about this one, 4. These are my 4 prize cards. So let's see what my prize cards are. So the first prize card that I got was to swap a Plinko drop for whatever book I want. That is a good card to get. Next is to read a Fairy Loot or Illumicrate book. I'm pretty sure I could find like a spooky-ish vibe one. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of excited. Next is to add a bonus mood read. Yes, okay, love this. I love this. And then last but certainly not least is to read a graphic novel or manga of your choice. Okay, so those are some good prizes, you guys. I'm so excited. Now it is time to play Book Plinko. If you guys do not know the rules of Book Plinko, I will go ahead and link a previous Book Plinko up here somewhere where I kind of explain the rules in case you want to look into them a little bit more in depth. But other than that, let's just go ahead and start playing. So rolling to see how many Plinko drops we do. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do all the rolls and then I'm gonna go back and choose all the books. Okay, so how many Plinko drops are we doing today? Let's find out. Okay, so we are doing 4 Plinko drops plus some of the prize cards. So let's do our drops and then see what we get. Okay, so drop number 1. Number 7. So number 7 is to spin the series wheel, but it is in my closet, my library room, I should say right now, and I'm not going to grab it. So I'm actually just gonna freehand it and just grab a random sequel that's on my cart. Drop number 2. Number 1. Number 1 is the Read It or Unhaul It challenge. So I think I'm going to use that one and swap it with so I could read whatever book I want. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Drop number 3. Oh my gosh. Number 4. So number 4 is to buy a new book or a recent buy. I'm excited for that one. Okay, and then drop number 4. This is our last and final drop.
Did you say drop 4 last time?
Did I? Last time was drop number 3. So drop number 4. This is our final drop. Number 2. So number 2 is our medium card. Yeah, number 2 is our medium card. So we're gonna do that one as well. So let's just go ahead and move on to the picks. So first and foremost, we have to start with my daughter's little blind bag pick where she picks a book that I should read every single month. So let's open this up and see what we got. So we got Sign Here by Claudia Lux. I don't know what this is about. I think it's about like a demon that makes a deal with like a family and then he like asks, he's coming back for payment or something. I could be completely wrong, but I know it has something to do with that. That's all I know about it. I honestly have not heard anybody talk about it, but the cover is really cute and the cover is really cute. That's literally it. So the next that I'm gonna do is the prize card. So this prize card was to read a manga or graphic novel of your choice. For this one, I think I'm going to choose the book that my daughter wants me to read, which is like the one that she just finished. I think it's like How Do I Make My Best Friend My Girlfriend or something like that. She's very into GL. She's a teenager, so she wants me to read it and I will read it. She has like 4 volumes, so that's what I'm going to be reading. So drop number 1 was to spin the series spinner wheel and to get a book that's like in a series that I'm in the middle of. And honestly, I'm just going to cheat because it is spooky season and this is a series that I am in the middle of and I really want to read this, and that is going to be The Ravenous Dead by Darcy Coates. This is book 2, I believe, right? I grabbed the right one. Yeah, book 2 in the Gravekeeper series. This is basically about a girl that she has amnesia. She forgets who she is, but then she discovers that she can see and talk to spirits, or she sees them. I think she talks to them. I can't remember. But she basically takes refuge in this old abandoned church building in the back. She makes friends with the pastor, the priest that's there. And together they solve a mystery involving a ghost. It was a really fun read, probably my favorite Darcy Coates. I've only read 2 from her. It's not like I read a lot, but I really am enjoying the series. It's a very cozy horror series type book. So if you're new to horror, you want something lighthearted, or you're just dipping your toes, I feel like this is a good series to start with. Okay, so for drop number 2, I got the Read It or Unhaul It challenge, which I'm going to use this, swap a Plinko drop for whatever book you want. I'm going to use this instead because, like, let's be honest here. Like, I just don't. I don't want to do a Read It or Unhaul It, especially for spooky season. Like, I want to go full throttle into spooky season. So I'm going to instead pick a book, whatever I want. And for that one, I am going to pick The Ruins by Scott Smith. This is a book that I have been wanting to read for a while now, and I have a reading vlog coming out this month where I compare books versus movies, and this is one of the books that I want to get to, especially since, you know, everybody is saying that this is such a marvelous book, and it's spooky season, it's horror, it's about these people that travel to like Mexico or something like that, and they go to a place where they go a little too far, I guess, into this territory that nobody really knows about. And then brutal things start to happen to them. It's gory. I heard it's very dark. And like, what else do you need for spooky season? Nothing. Drop number 3 was to buy a new book or a recent buy. And that one, to be honest, you guys, I'm going to choose a book that I literally just bought and I just started it last night. And that is The Exorcist House by Nick Roberts. I'm going into this one blindly, but from the looks of it and so far what I've read, it seems like this is about a house, right, that has literally a literal demon in it. And in the beginning, there is this man that I believe used to be a pastor or a priest, but he used to basically perform exorcisms on people's houses until he got really, really old, and the demons somehow ended up following him into his house, and then he ended up being unalived by these demons. And then all of a sudden it is 1 year later and this house is for sale, and it seems like our main character, who is a therapist, is closing in on this deal for this house with his wife and their child. So it seems like it's going to be really creepy. I've heard nothing but marvelous things about this book, and I'm excited. I'm so excited. Last but certainly not least, it was to grab a medium card. So these medium cards, you guys, basically have a adjective or just something on it, and I have to find a card that is, or a book that is associated with one of these. I'm trying to prioritize this TBR first before prioritizing anything that's like in my library room, especially since I can't really access it. So if it's not here, I'm probably gonna redraw another card. So cough. Cough. Okay, so cough, sickness, illness. Cough, sickness. I'm thinking sickness. I'm thinking illness. Is there any illness in any of these? He's dead. I don't know if she's sick. There's no sickness here. She's pregnant, but that's like a summer book. No, pregnant's not an illness though. Pregnancy's not an illness. I literally have nothing that has like a sickness or like an illness as far as I know from here. So I'm actually just gonna redraw another card. So I refuse. Actually, this is an island. There's a beach on an island, right? Right? Yes. My fiance's off camera, but he said yes. He just bought me this book like two nights ago. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Is basically a book that he chose for me because we got to choose books that we think each other would like. And this was one of the books that he chose out. And this one has actually been on my TBR for quite a while. And this one is basically about, what did you tell me?
Well, it's about this like Boy Scout troop that are on an island and someone's trying to kill them.
Yeah. So it's a Boy Scout troop that is on an island and somebody's trying to kill him, is what he's saying. Okay, well that's what he's saying. Okay, so yeah, so it's a troop of boys. They go into the Canadian wilderness during a camping trip. And, oh, so this is a camping trip. Then why does it look like an island? There's an island.
They are.
They are. Okay, he's saying that they are on an island. So.
Well, maybe just clarify.
But no, it's showing me an island, so I am expecting an island, okay? I am expecting a beach for my beach card. So I hope that is what I'm getting. If not, it's fine because it's showing an island here. It's showing a beach here. So that counts because there's a beach right here. So anyways, like I said, this is a horror book. He chose it for me. I've been wanting to read this. It's a retake on Lord of the Flies, I believe. Yes. And another book that was inspired by Lord of the Flies, I believe was what? Fantastic Land, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Fantastic Land. And Fantastic Land is literally one of my favorite horror books. So if this is anything like that one, like, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love it. So we have 2 more books to choose from. Number 1 is to add a bonus mood read. So this is anything basically that I want to read this month. And for that, I'm going to choose, actually, I'm gonna do these 2 because I need to read both of these anyways. The 2 that I'm gonna read is, number 1 is Haunted New Orleans, because we're going to be here next week. So this is all about some hauntings that are happening in New Orleans, because I really want to figure out where we're going to be paranormal investigating so I can be prepared, and I want to learn all about the lore because I like to talk about the history behind it and make sure that we're not mixing with anything too dark. So that, I'm going to read this one. Probably not the whole thing, but like bits and pieces of it so that I could get, whatever info I need. And then I am also going to pick out this one. This is Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. This is another one that my beautiful, wonderful fiance picked out for me. And which, if you guys, he's always behind the camera, but if you want to see him on camera, I will post a video here where he actually went on camera with me. And this one, honestly, all I know is that this is tarot magic, and I kind of want to go into this one a little bit blindly. It is by the author that wrote A Deal with the Elf King, which I heard was like a very big, popular book. And I'm excited for this one. This is a new adult magical academy with tarot cards, and I'm going to be coming out with a reading vlog this month where I read books that have tarot card magic, because I am a tarot card reader, professional tarot card reader. So I wanted to like compare how they compare to like the actual cards, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to read this, and that's going to be my mood read for this month. So not necessarily like horror, but still spooky vibes. And now I need to pick. The other one is to read a Fairy Loot or a Lumicrate book. So I'm gonna have to look through them, see if I can find something a little bit spooky, and that's what we're reading. All right, so I don't know which one to choose from. There's a few, but I'm between either Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake or This Monster of Mine. Those are the only two that I can think of that are maybe not Gifted and Talented, but I know Olivia Blake tends to write a little bit more of like dark academia or like more spooky-ish gothic vibes. So that's why I'm thinking that one. Or This Monster of Mine, which it's called This Monster of Mine, so I'm assuming it has something with a monster in it. So even though it's not exactly horror, it still has something. That is my spooky season TBR. This is everything that I'm going to be reading. Obviously, there's going to be more books that I'm reading other than this. This is just the bare minimum. I plan on reading The Exorcist as well. I'm definitely reading that one. And I'm reading Carrie by Stephen King. Those are two, like, for sure other books that I'm going to be reading this month. It is a month of horror, you guys. It's spooky season. I'm going full throttle with spooky season, and most 90% of the books that I'm going to be reading are going to be books that hopefully terrify me. So that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Actually, let me flip this around. Why do I have it that way? I hope you guys enjoyed this TBR video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell to be notified when I post, and then put the little evil emoji if you made it till the end to let me know that, well, that you made it to the end. And also, make sure that you also follow me on TikTok at Ivy the Geek Goddess. I'll post the links down below, and on Instagram because I'm trying to post more on there. And if you guys tell me to post more on there, I will make sure that that lights a fire under my butt and I post more on there. So anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.